Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 3 of Romance of the Three Kingdoms 8 Remake. I have a lot of episodes of this to record. It's very a lot. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off portrait animations. I find them a bit distracting. Anything else? I want to skip viewed tavern requests. So if we've already seen it, I want to automatically skip it. Right, so what were we doing? What was my job? I think we had just gotten into summer and I hadn't decided to not pick up a job for that season. If we look at the player character info, you can see our stats. We have 95 leadership, 108 strength, so we don't really need to do any training there, but what we do need to do a lot of training in is intelligence. Charisma and politics is probably the least useful stat. It's mostly useful for domestics like commerce and cultivating land, but charisma can be useful for hiring officers and getting people to like you and follow you. We have a lot of tactics, obviously. We have a really upper Lubu. We have a lot of tactics, we have a lot of skills, we have a trait, Unmatched. It increases the morale of own unit by 5 every day, and increases the attack of infantry, cavalry and archery tactics by 120. So Lubu is really OP, and we do have a wife. We have Lady Yan. So what we're going to be doing is we are going to be following these tales as best we can, and we're also going to be following history as best we can, even if it's not good for us. Even if following history is bad for us, we're still going to do it, because we're going to follow history on this first playthrough. And we are going to completely take over the map, either with my force or as part of someone else's force. We'll see how the game goes. But I have decided that I do want to get my Notorious down to 0. We're going to make Lubu a good guy. What says, yeah, he's reckless and average, right, okay. Right, so, there's a prim and proper looking individual around the farmland, market and workshop. That means that there is an officer hiding for us to find. And there's a sheltered individual in Zhuchang. So sometimes your ruler will give you tasks. So for instance, right now Dongzhuo has just told us to go to Zhuchang and find somebody that is supposedly hiding out there. We also could move the capital to Chang'an. Do I want to do this right now? Still have 14 months to do it, I suppose. I'll do it before we go to Parliament, how's that? So we will follow this. But first, let's go to Zhuchang, which is over here, Sun Jian's territory. And we have met, on the way there, we have met Sun He.
我叫吕布
We're Lu Bu, he is Sun He of the Sun Jian force. We really he should be attacking me on sight, but because we are enemies. But so apparently in Zhuchang there is somebody hiding somewhere that we can try and find. So we need to inquire until we find them at various public facilities. There we go, we found them.
我叫吕布
This is Liang Ji. So we have discovered Liang Ji. So let's see, he is really good at politics, really good at leadership, intelligence and charisma. So he's actually quite a decently built officer. He has a couple of good tactics. Well, only a couple. Fire arrows and far shot. He has a lot of skills though. And this was the protector of Bing and Wei. So he's actually quite good. So yeah, we will try and recruit him, but I don't have much faith in this because our charisma is that low. So he's not sure. He's a little bit like, no, I don't know about this. And in this situation, you can debate him. And if you win the debate, he'll recruit. If you fail, then nothing changes. We are gonna lose this. We only have 29 intelligence, he has 71. We are going to lose, but we will try it out. Xiao Ling's like, yes, finally, it's our first debate. Let's tutorialize this debate. I'm not going to begin a mock debate. So this is how it goes. Duels and debates are the exact same setup. So the way the duel and the debate starts is whoever has the highest stat will do damage, and the amount of damage done will depend on the difference between intelligence and or strength for duel. So in this case, the difference between mine and his intelligence was quite high, so he did a lot of damage just right off the get-go. So the way this works is there is two different debate skills, orator and rhetoric. There's also two duel skills. Orator, right, I'll get into that in a bit. So the way this works is you draw like cards, numbered cards, so like 4, 2 and 1. He's drawing 5, 3 and 2. You always have this special card. You can't use this special card on your own, but you can combine it with other cards. So for instance, we could go, if we had, you can see we've got a 4 and a 4 next. So the way this works is you need 3 cards of the same number, so 4, 4 and 4. Or you need to be able to go 3, 2, 1 in order. We can't do either of those because we can only do 4, 2 and 1. So all we can do right now, well, you can also play 2. So if I had 2 4s, I could go 4 and 4. Or 4, 4, 4, or 4, 4, 4, 4. You know, I could, as long as it's the same number. But or you can go down in order, so like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or 3, 2, 1. But you need to have at least minimum 3 to do that. You can't go 2, 1. So we can't really do anything here. He has 5, 3, 2, so he can't really do much either. He's probably going to play, well, it's a guessing game is what the AI will play. I'm going to guess he's going to play 5 in a special, so the only way I can survive, I want to keep my 4 though, so I'm going to play the 1 and then try and throw this round. He's played 2, argue. So the way this works is it's if you play more cards than your enemy. So if I'd played 2 cards there, like 1 and special, because you remember you can combine the special with cards, I would have won that. But because we both did 1, then it went to who had the higher number. So he had the higher number. So looking now, he has 5, 3, 2, 2 and a special. I have 4, 4 and 4. So even if he does 2, 2 and a special, I will still win, I think, because I'll still have a higher number. So let's do it. 12 against 3. So we win. But look at the tiny amount of damage we do. Now, as each round progresses, you do more damage. So you do more damage on turn 5 than you do on turn 1. So sometimes it's a good idea to hold your cards back for future rounds. He has 2, 2, 2, 2. So he's likely going to win here. We have 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2 and a special. This is the only way we win this round. He didn't go full. But as you can see, we won 2 in a row. And we barely touched his health. So now he has 5, 2, 2, 1. So he's probably going to go 2, 2. I can't do anything. All I can do is 4. And he only went 5. But he still won. You see the difference in how much damage he does because of the difference in our stats. So yeah, I just wanted to show off debates there. We still, even though we lost, we still get intelligence experience though, which is nice. So we didn't win that debate, no chance. So hiring this guy is likely not going to happen. But we didn't have to hire him, we just only had to find him. So Dongzhou was like, how'd it go about finding that guy? And we're like, well, we found him.
还可以。
And that's all we had to do. We just had to find them. So we got 100 gold and 100 merit. Merit is essentially like deeds. Like you've done like you've done a lot of work. We want to talk to our wife because we want to talk to her every turn to hopefully get a child going on the way, because because then you can make your own child and you can grow them up and then you can add them to the game. Didn't get it that time. So who do I want? I want Gao Shun to be synergetic, probably a sworn brother. I want Zhang Liao. Who else? Zhurong is kind of a good character. Zun Yu is quite a good character for intelligence. And that's pretty much it for now, but that's all we can do for this. Let's look at the market, see if there's anything. No, there's nothing. So let's rest up.
你好。
And Hu Chong has come and means he's like, hey, Lu Bu, I'm with Wei Zhu and we want to talk to you. So we can talk to both of them and raise our relationship with them a little bit. Yeah, so our trust went up with both of them and we're now friendly with Hu Cheng and Wei Zhu. I wonder, does that... So if I go and speak to Hu Cheng, how does that conversation go? Yeah, really well. Very stimulating conversation. We're going to basically talk all night. I think this event happens with officer you really get on well with. So we gained a sympathy with Hu Cheng, which means he's a good synergy target, and he's already up at trusting. Once they're up at trusting, that is where you want officers to be at. I try and get as many officers up at trusting as I possibly can, because once they're trusting, they will come to your aid in battle, and you can link up with them in battle and do extra damage. We could also practice or discuss here, but I'm going to. I will also, let's go and talk to Wei Zhu, the other person that came and visited us. And that's also a fantastic conversation. Let's talk to our wife again. And let's try again with Zhang Liao. Just passable. Let's do a practice with them. And we'll control this duel to show off the duel. It's practically the same as the debate, except we actually have a chance of winning this. Because you can see we have a strength of 108 against his 93, so we do damage against him. Now, I should have explained skills. So now that we know how the cards work and the special works, look at skills. So for duels, we have brute strength and resolute. Brute strength adds a bonus to the total value of cards and increases attack power when you use the special card. So when you use this, brute strength gets activated. Resolute means on the first turn of a duel, you do more your power, so you want to win that first turn. We both have 3 levels of resolute, but I have 3 levels of brute strength. So we do want to win this first turn to do the most damage. So he has a 5-3-1 and a special. He's stuck to 2 at the most. I have 3-2-1. We're gonna go all out and really hurt him. Oh, we're gonna wipe him. Completely wipe him on the first turn. So you see the difference between the duel and the debate for us. Oh, and we got a trophy. Duelist. Nice. So we get that for winning a duel. We obviously didn't get that. There's probably a similar trophy for winning a debate, but we obviously didn't get that. So this is what you need to note for duels and debates. So because we won that, look at how much strength experience we got. 125. And a military wisdom. And martial reputation. So duels and debates are really good way to grind strength and intelligence experience, as well as martial and cultural reputation. Typically what you want to do is you have a 19 buffer. So anyone up to, so say I have a strength of 100, I can then duel someone up to, well, down to 81, and then I'll get the full amount of experience from it, which is usually about 100 to 125. If I duel somebody at, say, 80 or 70, that's below the 19 buffer, and the experience I get from it is halved because it's considered too easy. So it's kind of like you need to duel or debate someone that's roughly similar to your skill level to get the full amount of experience from the duel and debate. So it's a really good way. That's the big way that I grind strength and intelligence is via duels and debates. And we also raise his trust level doing that as well. So you do 3 things with duels and debates this way. You get experience, you get reputation, you get trust, and you can sometimes even get wisdom just from doing duels and debates. So you can see how powerful they are. We're not going to bother with Dongzhuo because well, I'm not going to spoil it, but things are going to happen with Dongzhuo that aren't going to be very nice. Right, so what do I need to do tails-wise? I need to get somebody... Well, I need to gift a symbol of friendship. I'll try and do that with Zhang Liao. We need to get... everybody's... You know, I'll try and do this before we trigger this. Oh no, we're running out of time on that though. And I need to get someone synergetic. Right, so we'll work on... for gain or justice just now. Let's go and inquire at the gates. Oh, Hua Tu is in Zhouchang. He's a traveller. Oh, right, so because we were inquiring at the gates and Weizu was at the gates, you have a chance to run into each other. You can see who's at the gates here. And the officers. So it means that these 4 officers, Weizu, Hu Cheng, Sao Jing, and Li Ju, are all at the gates, probably working on a mission. So when you inquire at a facility that has officers, you have a chance to meet them and gain sympathy with them. I wasn't intending to do that, but we've done it anyway. Oh, it's Parliament. Right, we'll do this Parliament, and then when we come back... oh, we've acquired rams. Getting siege weapons is really important. Okay, so everybody's done their jobs. What do we want to do? Let's see, can we employ anyone? No, no one's recommended for us to employ. Can we... I think the best thing I can hope to do is espionage. So we already have espionage Chen Liu and Yucheng, so let's espionage Shangdang. There we go, so we found information about them. That's all we can do because we only have 1 measly point. But we do get merit, cultural reputation, and intelligence. Zunyu's got Shi Yi, Wang Yun's got Liang Xi. Liang Xi's the person we tried to debate and we lost. Liu Zhang got Shi Jiang. Oh, Liu Zhang's with us. Really? Interesting. That's an interesting one. So again, I'm not going to offer to do any missions because we're going to be moving. We're going to be following the tail as soon as we finish this Parliament. So he's thinking of appointing us as a governor, which we could do as well. That's going to be kind of... we could do that, but it's interesting, kind of contradictory to what we're going to be doing here. Let's do this first. So we're going to follow history here. So Dongzhuo is scared of the anti-Dongzhuo coalition and he's abandoning Luoyang and moving the capital to Chang'an, which is a very serious thing to do. He's going to move where the Emperor of the Han is, to Chang'an, and he also burns Luoyang as he leaves, which is why Luoyang gets a massive decrease in everything, but Chang'an gets an increase. So let's do it. basically saying, hey, this coalition just will not leave us alone.
不过，若就此坐视不管，洛阳也将陷入险境。而主公
And Li Ru, I don't know how true this is historically, but I think this is a novel thing. So Li Ru tells Dong Zhuo about the children singing a song in the streets of Luoyang about how a Han in the west, a Han in the east, a deer flees into Chang'an and is safe from the beast.
此乃
Basically saying, we move the capital, we'll abandon Luoyang.
今日高祖定都长
But Chang'an has 12 emperors since Emperor Gaozu. Luoyang had 12 emperors since Emperor Guangwu.
即是说
That is to say, the winds of fortune are shifting, reload the capital to Chang'an, and the land shall return to peace. And Dongzhuo was like, great idea. Absolutely.
如此，
Let's go. Take everything valuable, loot all the tombs of the emperors and all that, burn it all to the ground, and we leave. So Luoyang is in a disorder. Basically, soldiers are cutting down people left and right, just civilians. And they burn Luoyang.
抢了吗？
This is one of the most villainous acts that Dongzhuo done. And it's it's a very popularized event.
200年的历史就这样。
So we should now be in Chang'an. Luoyang is now vacant. We still have Hong Nong, so we still have a bit of a buffer. Let's see what other tales we have. We can do governor appointment. Let's do it. We're going to change our status to a governor.
谢谢。
真了不起！
And we can choose where we want to become a governor. I'm going to choose Hong Nong. Because we're a governor, that will help a lot of things. We'll start this. He wants us to look at a city.
拜托，
Survey Luoyang for me. Survey the city that we just burned. Yeah, go see that city we just burned. Go visit it and see how it's going. As you can see, it is decimated. So that's all you have to do for that, is just visit, and then there you go. You've done the tale.
得救了。
He's like, yes, yes, I can see what I done now. I burned that. Yes, I only done that yesterday.
客官里面请，
So
请多光顾小
an
店。
interesting thing about being a governor is that you can withdraw money from the treasury at will. There's not a lot of money there, so we're not going to do it. But it's very useful when you do get a lot of money for buying items. But we're going to end today's episode here. That was a nice little episode. Thanks very much for being here. We're now a governor. The only bad thing about moving to the governor is that our wife, I believe, our wife is not with us. Zhang Liao is not with us. I still want to build up those relations, so I'm going to see about getting them to me. Because that's something we can do as a governor. We can ask for the transfer of other people to come to us. So I'll see about picking and choosing who I want to be on my city. But for now, we're going to end the episode. Thanks for being here. Hope you've had a good time. And I hope to see you next time. Take care.